Many of you know that during the summer, each year we choose a different theme, and each member of the clergy who is doing the Devar Torah that week elucidates a small part of that theme. And this year we have chosen prophets, bringing the teachings of our prophets to today. We've explored many prophets, obscure and not as obscure, including Huldah, including Jonah, and others. This week I decided to just go for the jugular. I took on the most prolific, maybe the most important prophet, not only to Jews, but also to Christians who quote him a lot. Who is it? I heard somewhere over here. It is the prophet Isaiah. Isaiah's book is longer than all 5 books of the Torah, and his words are used on Shabbat and holiday mornings for the prophetic readings or haftarot more than any other prophet. Let me tell you a little bit about Isaiah. There's a consensus among scholars that Isaiah is definitely more than one person. He could be 3 or more different people, or even more. But most scholars do believe that there are 2 Isaiahs. The first one lived during the second half of the 8th century BCE. This Isaiah is called the political prophet. He was around for many wars between the southern Jewish kingdom of Judah, where he lived, the northern Jewish kingdom of Israel, and Assyria and other nations. He's called the political prophet because he tried to tell the king what strategies to use, whether to attack or rebel, whether to lay low and hope that the kingdom would be spared from getting involved in the war, and so on. Second Isaiah, who wrote chapters 40 through 66 chapters, lived about 150 years later during the exile in Babylon and then the return to Jerusalem. This Isaiah is sometimes called the prophet of comfort. It was a difficult time for Israel, even after they were allowed to come back and restore their kingdom. They struggled to rebuild their society and regain the life their parents and grandparents had lived in Jerusalem. So, second Isaiah gives a message of forgiveness, promise, redemption, and also universal monotheism to the Israelites. Some of these passages make up the Sheva de Nechamta, 7 haftarot of consolation that are read on Shabbat mornings between Tisha B'Av, the holiday which mourns the destruction of the temple, which was on August 3rd this year, until Rosh Hashanah. Next Shabbat's reading includes these brief words: "Raise a shout together, O ruins of Jerusalem, for the Lord will comfort God's people, will redeem Zion." Besides politics and words of comfort, Isaiah had a spiritual dimension. Have any of you ever done or seen others doing the choreography during the Shabbat morning Kedusha? Anybody done that? Yes? Many of you have. We bow to both sides, and then we bow forward, and then we go up on our toes 3 times. This is from Isaiah's description of his divine vision. He sees God in the heavens on a throne. The angels are gathered around, and they turn to each other. The kara zeh el zeh v'amar, which means, and they call from one to the other, and they say, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Adonai is the Lord of hosts. Isaiah gave us this image of God and the angels that we reenact every Shabbat. So we have Isaiah the political prophet, and Isaiah the prophet of comfort and the visionary. But the Isaiah we know best brings messages of justice. Probably the most powerful of this prophet's quotes is this one, which we'll hear on Yom Kippur morning. He's responding to the people who wonder why God doesn't seem pleased by their fast. Is such the fast I desire, a day for people to starve their bodies Is it bowing the head like a bulrush and lying in sackcloth and ashes? Do you call that a fast? A day a day which to God is favorable? No. This is the fast I desire, to unlock the fetters of wickedness and untie the cords of the yoke, to let the oppressed go free, to break off every yoke. It is to share your bread with the hungry and to take the wretched poor into your home. When you see the naked, to clothe them and not to ignore your own kin. Then shall your light burst through like the dawn, and your healing spring up quickly. Your vindicator shall march before you. The presence of God shall be your rear guard. Then when you call, God will answer. When you cry out, God will say, here I am. Hineni. I had to read all the way to the end of that passage so that we could get to that word.
I was ready.
Isaiah is hugely important to Torah and Judaism. And we need all of the Isaiahs, the politician, the comforter, the visionary, and the preacher. There are times when we need rebuke to hold us accountable. There are moments that call out for forgiveness and optimism to inspire us to move forward and give us hope. There are times when we need the practical, even political thinking of Isaiah 1 to help us navigate complex and dangerous threats and make things better for our community. And there are times, especially in moments of prayer and on Shabbat, when what is most helpful are words that bring us all together, offering a message that will resonate with us no matter who we are. Ideas of universality, oneness, and peace, like these words from Isaiah chapter 2. And they shall beat their sword. Oh, and you can find this on page 645. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. They shall never again know war. Yisagoy el goy merev, yilvetu od milchama. Yisagoy el goy merev, lo yilvetu od milchama. Page 645. Lo yisagoy